Everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So we are going to look at 3 messages from the Lead Team Collective today using the pendulum map. Okay, so they have 3 again. They used to give me 2 and now they're giving me 3. And we've got a couple decks. Actually one message is political. One looks a little bit more like self-care. And the third one is practical. They haven't given us like a practical, and it's about money. So that's interesting. Okay. So the 2 decks they wanted me to use today were angelic activations. This one is being used for the political and the practical. And then this one, the letting go, is the self-care one. So that'll be interesting. And I'm going to talk a little bit, maybe this is a trigger warning for people, I don't know, but I am going to talk about 5 minutes about what I'm learning regarding MK Ultra, okay? So this book by Kathy O'Brien and Mark Phillips, who has passed now. So I just want to give you a couple details that I've learned in here regarding our government and some celebrities actually who she has reported. This was written in the 90s, this book. It's pretty extensive, her story. Some celebrities that were under the influence of MK Ultra, which I thought was interesting. So this is just more of like a little interesting thing. But I want to also talk to you about how I'm creating a new experience for all of us, including myself, with the SG videos that I'm doing. And we're going to talk about that. And I want to involve you a little bit in it, in the process, because I'm kind of excited. I'm excited about it, but I want it to be a community involvement thing. And so we'll talk about that for a minute, okay? But before we get started, just a few reminders. First of all, it looks like I saw in comments yesterday on a video that National Day of Protest is August 16th. So that's on Saturday. I looked it up. And I haven't gone to 5051 to look up that because I know 5051 is planning on Labor Day weekend in the United States. So the first weekend of September, I believe, is the 5051. But it looks like there's other things going on this weekend. National Day of Protest is what it's called. So Google that, see if anything's going on in your area if you're interested. Okay. I did Google it, and there were some interesting events going on. Let's see. Let me just do it now. I'll just do it now. So August 16th, National Day of Protest. There were some interesting. Let's see, AI is generating for me. Okay, so some of them are titled, this is how they're titled. And so you'll have to look up like in what locations, okay? Fight the Trump Takeover rallies. It looks like Texas, Missouri, and Ohio. There's some going on in there. We the People Resist Protest in Wisconsin. Oh, that's in Sauk City. Oh, wow. Okay. We the People Resist Protest in Wisconsin. Justice for All rally. Justice for All rally again. Oh, this is organized by the Women's March. That's cool. Mass March for Humanity in New York City. And this is activists are organizing a march to demand an end to the U.S.-backed Israeli siege and genocide in Gaza. So those are just a couple of them, but it is called, I guess I haven't seen anything called the National Day of Protest, but I saw some comments on it. Okay, just wanted to let you know that. Just a reminder for those who are interested in following my health journey, as I'm really excited about sharing it on my other channel. I will post it below. It's called Karen Goes Carnivore. Don't worry about the carnivore part. It's animal based, but it's going to be like me sitting on the couch still, it's not going to be like a traditional. I just want to share my journey because it's just interesting to learn about it. So, and how it's affecting my body. Just a reminder that we have, if you're looking for gifts right now, you start thinking about maybe buying gifts for Christmas already. Or there's services that we have a community business directory of just people in our community who have small businesses. So I would love for you to continue supporting them. There's a lot on there. I think we have like 60 now. So you want to go through, there's anything from artists to spiritual services to taking care of your animals. There's just so many different things. Okay. So please check out the community directory. I will put the QR code right here in the corner. And so you can, if you're on your phone, it's a little harder. I don't know how you do it when you're if you're watching on your phone, but I do have the link in the description as well. It's always in the description, actually. And we did decide, and thanks for folks in the membership, the Spirit Circle. I appreciate your patience. I left another post because I didn't realize this book would be harder for people to get. So we are starting in the membership to read The Wonders of Unicorn, starting September 2nd. So in the meantime, I'm going to do additional energy clearings. We're going to do a little bit more deeper dives and let your spirit guides speak like we've been doing. Okay. So for the next couple weeks. So we'll start our next book club on September 2nd on unicorns. Okay. So we'll study that and see how we can invite our unicorns into our life and improve our life, Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to mention is right now, unless I don't think anything's going to change on this, but we are designing a few new journals to have a October 1st, so fall, going into fall. I'll probably have a Halloween designed one. I have to have a Halloween designed journal. For me personally. So we're going to, starting October 1st, we're going to have the next 30-day challenge of working with our guides on a daily basis for 30 days. Okay. Thank you for letting me do my little announcements. And let's see. Okay. So just a little bit, let me talk first about the changes. It's not really a change per se. It's just a shift in approach. Okay. And I talked about this in a couple of the SG videos that I did. Well, in the one I did last night that I posted last night, the one on the DC takeover, about how I'm doing this. So these are the videos where we only ask a bunch of questions from the SGs. Okay. So what I decided to do, and obviously consultation with my sister, we are utilizing, and don't let this, I want to explain it because I think it's going to be really cool. Don't let this piece of information turn you off of this process, because I think it's actually going to be healthier for us and help us get from 3D to 5D. Okay. So we're using AI right now to develop, I am doing it right now because I want to see how the flow is as the person who's reading the questions. Okay. I think it's been fine, but there's a little disconnect when my sister coordinates the questions and I read them, which is fine. That has been a process, we're open to always shifting with where we are at this time. And I would encourage all of us to just be doing that in life. If we knew what we knew now a month ago, we would have done that a month ago, but we didn't, right? So everything is a process, just like in all of our lives, okay? But I started writing, I started playing with AI and writing prompts of a specific topic, but how do we go as a community, and for myself and for you individually, which is really the goal. Like every time I do something, I think, is this something I would want? Because from a spiritual perspective. So I think a lot of us have been on the same journey in the sense that there's a lot of 3D shit going on, right? Shits going on that we want to at least pay attention to some degree, on a humanitarian basis, so that we at least can know when we're nudged to get involved. Because when it comes to stuff like even this, my head has been in the cloud, or trafficking of humans that don't want to be trafficked, or other things. My head has been in the, I don't know, maybe it has purposefully been in, been in the cloud, or just my head in the hole, in the dirt or whatever. like an ostrich. And I just think there's value in seeing certain situations so that we know as spiritual beings having a human experience when we're meant to get involved in it. Okay. And all of us have different things we're meant to get involved in. So, and it's been hard to look away recently because of the shift in the United States. And if we don't pay attention, the question has always been on my mind, if I don't pay attention and nobody else pays attention, then they're just going to be able to do what they're doing. So it's like, been the balance over the last 8 months. So can you believe it's been 8 months? Anyways, real quick side note. I was thinking to myself, I should open this video. So you guys, I watch Rosie and Karina, or Rosie's psych channel, Rosie Medium or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. It's just Rosie. Anyways, I almost opened my video today saying, "Hello, everybody. Welcome, Karen, psych investigator." Just for fun, because I just think she's so funny. Okay, anyways, little side note there. I don't know, it was so random. I forgot I was going to do that until just now, and I should have done it. Would you guys have laughed, or would you have been like, what the? That is her thing, man, and she's good at it. Okay, so anyways, so I decided I was going to write these prompts for AI just to see, and I have my own personal folder that I pay for it so that it gets to know me, right? And my goal is to look at the 3D topic from a practical standpoint, factual, that's the important part too. So I have all these prompts written now. So factual standpoint, and I'm going to tell you how you get to be involved in this if you want to a little bit, okay? So we start with the facts. We start with some skepticism about the facts and the skepticism of the topic. But then we shift to the spiritual awareness of the topic. Not that the topic itself has a spiritual slant, but how do we move in that topic from 3D to 5D? Okay, as we're exploring the topic, how do we end in a 5D thought process, or we end feeling like we're in the 5D? So we start looking at the lower vibration topic and shift to the 5D. So using AI, if you're not using AI at all, I would encourage you to, one, not be afraid of it if you are. Two, just start using it for simple things, okay? I know there's questions of can you trust and all that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you right now, AI is here to stay. And it's like one of these things. Remember when we shifted, and a lot of us are old enough to know this. Remember when we shifted from, wall phones to flip phones to cell phones, okay? My husband and I, in fact, my brother-in-law still has a flip phone, which is fine. He likes it better. It works better for him. He just texts. He doesn't need it for anything else. But we were the same way. Like, we resisted for a long time having a cell phone. I was like, oh, I'm not going to have a cell phone. It's just so complicated, And I like things simple, and I've always been a minimalist. So I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. And of course, eventually we did. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I waited so long. So I would encourage you, if you're waiting on at least just exploring AI, then, and you know what, like, you can ask AI. Because, I do pay for Chat GPT, like the $20 a month. So I know a lot of people can't necessarily afford that or want to afford it. But, and I don't know, in the free version, I think you can do this in the free version too. But you just say to AI, don't ever share my data. And, again, you have to trust that kind of stuff. I can't go through life not trusting all technology. Because, now, they've been collecting stuff on our phones forever and ever and ever. And it's like, okay, but it's made my life much more convenient, and I don't have control on what the whole thing they're doing on the back end. And I'm not going to worry about it right now, So anyways, that's my little, if you haven't tried AI, I'd really encourage it. But I've said to my AI, don't everything I say on here is private. It's not, I don't want it as part of that. And actually with ChatGPT, you can turn your settings on that they can't use what you search to help the algorithm. Okay. And part of it is actually helpful if people do, because that's how the AI gets smarter, and more helpful. That's the key, is use it for, if we have to shift our mindset. I know we always start with fear when it comes to new technology, and there is always something to be cautious about, always. But if you don't utilize it, you don't understand how well it can help you. Okay. And so I think just shifting the mindset, don't start with fear about it. Just go in there and explore, So the other thing we did, this is the incredible thing that it can do for you. Okay. Like, especially if you own a business. Oh, here's an example, you guys. So I'm starting my new channel. Okay. So Karen Goes Carnivore. And I decided I'm going to write a 60-day plan. So this could be perfect for you too, if you want to start a YouTube channel. Okay. I gave prompts, and I'd be happy to share my prompts for my YouTube channel too. And you could just put it in your own, if you guys want that, let me know. I'll have to figure out how to share it, but I could put it in the description below, I guess. I don't know if anybody wants that, if they wanted to start their own YouTube channel. But, if you want to start a channel, you want to do it so that the channel gets moving, right? And so I asked AI to develop a 60-day plan for me that would get the channel moving and develop topics that would be of interest to people on a health and healing journey, and what times I should post and how long the video should be, and all and bullet points for the topics. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. So will I follow it exactly? Probably not. But, it's like this, it completely wrote out this entire plan for me. And then as it's writing out the plan, it gives you prompts. It gives you more prompts. Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do that? Do you want me to? I'm like, yes. And it makes this really comprehensive plan. It's incredible. So if there's anything you're planning, like a vacation. Oh, here's another example. Okay, I guess I'm not going to talk about this today. Oh, I'm not going to go in the I will eventually go into the, now you're like, I want to know. But now I'm talking about AI. Here's another example. So I did a urine test, too much information, but a urine test to see how my cells, like what are my cells doing, what kind of supplements they need, and as I'm shifting into this new way of eating. And I took the result. Now I don't get to meet with the person till next week. I took the results and put it into my AI. I should give it a name. And the AI interpreted the entire report for me in like 15 seconds. And what the recommendations would be, there was no recommendations in terms of like what supplements I would take, how much or whatever. Now, I'm not going to take them until I meet with her because I want to see how accurate this was. But is that incredible or what? I'm like, well, I don't have to wait to meet with her. I can at least see what the recommendations are, and I'm going to see how accurate it was. And in fact, I will share that. I'm going to share that report on the other channel, especially as what it said, and, in case you're interested in doing something, even if you're doing carnivore or not, it doesn't matter, So anyways, so that's my AI I had no idea I was going to talk about AI like that today, but I guess I've been called to talk about it today. So back to the whole question thing. Okay. So as I do these, so tomorrow there's 2 current topics that I've run lists and I'm doing the SGs with. Okay. And what actually I did one last night. That was the Trump takeover. Okay. The DC takeover. I saw a few comments. Somebody had said, oh, I wish we wanted to go in a little bit more in depth, or I wish there were a few comments. I literally took your comments and added them to my prompts. So then I had already recorded the MK Ultra one. I did one on MK Ultra, the facts to the spiritual, like how to move, and like, why are we being called to learn about this right now? Some of us, why is it coming up right now? So that will come out tomorrow. Okay. On Friday. I have another one that I just ran with all the new prompts, As we learn, I'm just going to keep adding prompts, okay? As you listen and you're like, I'd like a little bit more on this or a little bit more. I'm not sure we'll accommodate everything, but it's helpful. That's how I want to, I want this to be a community thing because I don't want this just helpful for me. I want it obviously helpful for everybody, okay? So Saturday, I'm going to record one today with all the new prompts from people after I did the one from yesterday, okay? On what's the new one? Oh, on the gerrymandering that's going on in Texas. So it's a whole thing on gerrymandering from fact to skepticism. So we're going to find out, like, are the Republicans doing this, out of the best interest of everybody, which, we know the answer to that. But so there's going to be some skepticism, some basics about the whole gerrymandering thing, and then move into spiritual. Okay, so I think it's going to be, 3D to 5D is one of my prompts. They're helping us go from 3D to 5D on every topic. Okay, so I can't say 100%. I did the MK Ultra one, so the one's coming out tomorrow. I did that one with less prompts, so it was okay. I thought it was good. I mean, that was interesting. So please listen to that if you're interested in that topic. And I also told them to leave off things that I won't be able to pronounce. See what I mean? How amazing. They're not going to put any words in there that I won't be able to. I just said, keep it simple. Just keep it simple. No big words. Just all these little things. I'm like, okay, so now you don't have to listen to me try to pronounce words, How cool is that? Okay, I will get to this on Sunday probably, unless other stuff comes up. But, well, the first thing I'll just mention a few things because some of you are probably like, I want to know a few things. All right, let's just mention a few things. First of all, in terms of celebrities, so the Mandrell sisters, Barbara Mandrell, were apparently very much under the MK Ultra program, as well as the Jackson 5, because it kind of goes into Hollywood. There's a whole background reason for that. And Jackson 5 and the Osmonds. Oh. So that's interesting, right? I mean, I'm not even, I'm on page 78. So, Lori Morgan. That's really sad. I love Lori Morgan. Do you guys remember Lori Morgan? I don't have too many details about her, but her name keeps coming up in here. So the reason I'm mostly interested in this right now is to find out for us how much we need to shift any of the, it says socially engineered. We're all socially engineered. We know we are. I mean, if you think about, again, if you think about the food that's created for us and we have been convinced that that's actually food, that is social engineering. I mean, it just is, So you can disagree with me, but it doesn't matter. You will not convince me that that's not social engineering. So, because if we were legit, no one knows what health is anymore. No one even knows what our bodies need. But I certainly know it doesn't need a Cadbury egg. And food dyes. I mean, I even know that when I'm eating them, So, but I'm still eating them, even though I know it. So I'm like, why is that? I just think it's interesting. I think it's fascinating. So that's really why I kind of want to dive into this topic a little bit, just to see how much we need to do some deprogramming of ourselves, as we move to the 3D to 5D. Now, am I saying that's necessary? No, I'm not. I'm not saying it's necessary. I'm not saying it's necessary to heal your body to move from 3D to 5D. I have no idea. I don't think it is. But it certainly could make our lives a little easier in the meantime. You know what I mean? So, or just a part of the, paying attention. So anyways, okay, messages for today. Messages. We have got, you guys ready for our messages? All right, so the first message for today was, I keep writing in my book and not on a little slip of paper. Trump will, this is very specific, Trump will book his flight. Trump will book his flight. I'm going to hold it up here. So that is the first message. Trump will book his flight. Interesting, huh? So they wanted me to use angelic activations for this one. Maybe so we can activate him booking his flight. That's the first thing I thought of when I was like, well, why are we using this deck? Do we get to activate him booking his flight? Let's do that, you guys. Let's activate it. I think 2 days ago we had the unicorn, and it was like the pearl, like envision a pearl, and then it was something like, I wrote it down, but like, what is it? Hang on, I wrote it down. Send a cosmic pearl to people and situations that need its gentle influence. So, because that was under wait for justice for Trump, for us with him. So if you would like to send a cosmic pearl, use your unicorn. Ask your unicorn to send a cosmic pearl to people and to the situation of Trump finally booking his flight. To get it done sooner than later, as long as it's in everybody's highest and best interest. Okay. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, and only those of the highest and purest light, including the lead team collective. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, our community, the lead team collective, so it is only of the highest and purest light. Amen. Okay, so this deck is cool. It's got different images on all the cards. Every card has a different image on the back. And then words. There probably are some names that I won't be able to pronounce. We'll see. We'll see. Little dyslexia, that's what it is. Okay. You guys, or let me say a little too much sugar in my brain growing up for sure. All right. So did we grab, hey, lead team, let's talk to the lead team here. I've already chatted with them today, so hello. Hi there. Thank you, you guys, for all your guidance and support. Really appreciate it. If you guys haven't thanked your team and you want to thank the lead team as well, please do so. That would be amazing. Just gratitude. Okay, so did we pull the right card for Trump will book his flight? Yes. Can we send a cosmic pearl to influence that situation? Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah, I gotta have a little humor, you guys. That's all there is to it. Okay, so actually I got two cards. Let me ask them. Do you want me to read the first card on the right? Yes. Do you want me to read the card on the left? No. Okay. So this one was the first one to drop. All right. That is, give the gift of presence. I awaken to the blessings of the present moment. Not a bad message. Okay, so, this is interesting. All right, yep, a name I'm not going to know how to pronounce, but I'm going to hold it up for you. Cherubim? This is my issue with pronouncing words. It's crazy. Okay. So create your own story. Now remember, we're talking, this is a message regarding Trump will book his own flight. So create your own story. Nothing is set in stone. You are the co-creator of your life. The circumstances you have experienced up to this point have been linked to your choices you've made and the karma of your ancestors. So don't just think about Trump, okay, but this is about him. But, I mean, this is for our entire lives. This is for all of our lives, okay? Again, this kind of stuff has been going on behind our backs. Some of us not behind our backs for so long that these are choices our ancestors or other spiritual beings having human experiences have chosen, okay? So it's kind of interesting. The circumstances you have experienced up to this point have been linked to the choices you've made and the karma of your ancestors. Now is a pivotal time for you to begin moving into a space where you can create a story that's more aligned to your needs and ultimately the calling of your soul. So Trump will book his flight. So this does bring me my mind right away, and I want to know what are you thinking about right now? What hit did you get from your guides just now? Because that would be interesting. Everyone is going to get different stuff, and that's okay. I'm just telling you what I get, but there's a million other ways to look at this, right? But now is the pivotal time for you to begin moving into a space where you can create a story that's more aligned to your needs and ultimately the calling of your soul. And I would like to add the needs of the world, right? The needs of like everybody, like love, but the kind of what I got is this whole idea, which is how we're shifting in the community right now with me facilitating this way, is looking, yes, we've been die hard looking at the 3D stuff, but now really, and we've been moving, we've been shifting. I never completely just I don't just sit, I'm not a news program, right? So I don't sit and tell you the news and then just leave you. Okay, bye. We've always been looking at things, trying to look at things from a different perspective, a spiritual perspective. Has it been all perfect? No, of course not. But that's really always been the goal, or just the flavor of where we've been. But this is telling me to continue doing that, almost like I'm on the right track with this new way of facilitating the SGs. So it's not just about what a topic is, but it's about, well, here it is, but let's shift it. Let's create the new story. That would be a good prompt, you guys. I'm going to use this as a prompt. We want to create a new story around any given subject that's going to come up. And it's going to be current topics, because I want to do current topics. Because the current topics is what keeps us like a little nervous about stuff, like the DC stuff, right? That makes me a little nervous. So that's why I want to start doing current topics, but we want to create a new story. That's what I want to do. Okay. Are you guys, does this make sense? I hope you're as excited about it as I am. Okay. We'll see how it goes. It's a work in progress. Okay. So the second message, where'd my little paper go? I don't want to use another one. It's probably in here. The second message is, okay, so they're using my name again. I did ask them. This is funny. Sometimes they use my name. Oh well, I lost there it is. Okay. So, okay, this is more for each of us individually, okay? But they like to use my name as an example to something because, the name Karen. So, lucky me, I got the name Karen that's synonymous with not very nice person. Okay, so nay to your Karen. Nay, it's just funny, nay. They're like, nay to your Karen. So no to your Karen. Okay, so that was the next message. And again, if you're new here, I think I said in the beginning, but these are messages that they spelled out for me using the map, pendulum map. Okay, so nay to your Karen, they want us to use letting go. Letting go. So that kind of, that makes sense, right? I just love when they coordinate the messages with the decks. I'm like, okay, I can see how letting go would be nay to your Karen. Okay, so what do you guys want to tell us regarding nay to your Karen? What do you mean by that? And you guys, if you intuitively got something in your own life that you're like, oh yeah, that's what it means to me, please let us know. I love reading, some people say the hits you got from your guides about, and if you're like, well, I'm not clairvoyant or I don't hear things, but if you immediately picked up on something after I read that message, that was a hit for you from your spirit team. You could say, well, it was just you intellectually, or maybe it wasn't, You can just trust that it was coming from your guides, Okay, I got 3 cards. So let me put those there. Let's see which ones they want me to read. Okay, so do you guys want me to read the card on the far right Yes. The one in the middle? No. The one on the left? No. Okay, so just one card today. I love this deck, as all of them, but the Letting Go deck is fantastic. This has a journal along with it. I'll link them below, but the journal, I haven't done the journal yet, but I would like to. It seems like it would be a fun thing once we get more activities going on in the membership when we ship platforms. We're going to have, like, we'll be able to have a bunch of stuff going on. And so that people can pick and choose what they want to be involved in and what kind of discussions they want to have. So that's what's going to be nice about it. It's hard in the YouTube channel if you join now, but like the way it is right now, it's just a little harder to have all those different kind of conversations. But I could come in there and just be like, hey, anybody want to do this? I'm going to be doing the Let Go journal, and we could do that together, and we could do things in subgroups and small groups. And I don't know, it'll be exciting, and stuff will always be there, so you can always just go back when you want to, you know. So we'll keep it real manageable too. But okay, so nay to your Karen. Let's see. This is what they want us to know. I'm never sure. It has two things on, so I think I'll read the shorter part first. So love illuminates the essence of, and therefore the lovability of others. This is because love opens the heart. So again, nay to your Karen. The mind thinks and argues, but the heart knows and continues. The mind can be critical and disagree, but the heart is loving no matter what. The heart does not put any conditions on what's out there. Only the mind does that. Love makes no demands. So they're saying nay to your Karen, which I'm interpreting that. Let me know how you're interpreting that. But I'm interpreting that is my Karen is the critical, the mind can be critical and disagree. Only the mind does that. Okay, so I think they're asking us, you know, I think we do need to use discernment. We are human beings having this weird experience on Earth. It's difficult sometimes. Cut, clear, cancel. Doesn't have to be. But so that's the only way I can interpret that. The mind thinks and argues. So nay to your Karen. Lead with the heart. Lead with the heart is how I'm picking up on that. What about you? What are you picking up on that? I'm going to keep that one aside. Take some notes on that. Okay, in the last message, this is interesting. This is not financial advice at all. Please do not take it as such. So don't make decisions. I mean, I'm going to, but don't make decisions on your finances based on this. Okay, hand up, promise? All right. So because if nothing happens or things go the opposite, I'm not responsible for what you choose to do. But it is interesting. They have not given us a message like this before. Watch your money. Watch your money. Now, this could be not just market. I mean, I can ask them, but it also could be like, watch your money. Like, don't be frivolously spending it right now. I'll ask them. Let's just ask. Do they mean all of it? Do they mean the stock market? Again, not financial advice. Okay. So you guys, when you said watch your money, are you referring to those of us who might be invested in the stock market? Yes. Okay. Again, I'll ask it because this is what I would ask for myself, but I might not actually follow it. I'm going to, look at what I normally do, but are you concerned that the stock market might take a hit? Yes. Okay. Again, all right. I mean, I just can't, this is for entertainment purposes only. I can't say it enough. Okay. But I'm not going to leave you hanging in case somebody does want to at least consult with their own guides on this. Maybe it's something to consult with your own guides. Because they have told me things like this in the past and it didn't end up. One time they told me during COVID not to invest and we lost like a big opportunity. So just keep that in mind. Okay. And maybe it was how I interpreted it. You know, I was having a lot of anxiety at that time, so maybe they felt it was better for me. So remember, it's all individualized, okay? So, or do you mean also, I'll say and or, that we should be frugal with our money right now? Yes. Okay. So is it both? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. What do you think about that, you guys? Watch your money. Now, they did ask me to use angelic activations again for this. So, angelic activations for this message. And I want to thank somebody to see my new, I'm going to start putting stickers on here. I got other stickers from people. This is my journal. I'm always putting all my spiritual stuff in here. I'm going to enjoy the space between where I am and where I'm going. Isn't that great? Thank you for mailing that to me. I thought, oh, I have to put the other stickers. I've gotten stickers from people. I never thought to put them on my book. All right. I'm going to enjoy the space between where I am and where I'm going. What a good reminder, huh? Okay. Last message. Watch your money. What do you guys want us to, anything else you want to tell us about that? Watch your money. Did I just belch out loud? Did you hear that? Did you hear me belch? That's been healing a lot, by the way. This is great. Okay. Anybody? Any messages about watch your money? Watch your money. Maybe that's self-explanatory, or maybe because sometimes I get impatient if they don't feel any movement right away. Doesn't mean that, I mean, they're like, we're looking for the card. Just wait, we're looking for the right card. Let me just double check. Okay. Did you guys have a card for watch your money? Oh, they do. Look at their, okay, really wide. Really wide. All right. They're like, just be patient. We'll get there. All right. So watch your money. Oh, sure. Now a lot of them are. Watch your, oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know. Just going to pull a couple that were just sticking out and then we can see. Oh, okay. This one just fell. Let me see if this is the one. Oh, I didn't even show you the picture, I don't think, on the last one, did I? Here was the picture on that last one, the create your own story. Duh, I didn't even show you the picture. It's pretty. Here's the symbol. Create your own story. Okay, so let's see. Did I finally get the right card, you guys? Yes. Is it the amethyst card? Oh, yes. I might be going to a rock shop this weekend. Okay. So did you want me to read any of the other ones in front of me? Those were the ones I just randomly pulled. No. Okay. All right. So looks like we have an amethyst. So maybe if you're trying to make decisions about your money, activate money, I don't know, use some amethyst. Okay. Holy amethyst. Here's the image. You are the light. You have a light within you, and this light will never go out. Whenever you face darkness, this brilliance has the opportunity to shine. Right now, God and the angels are calling you to switch your light on full. All right. Stand in the greatness of your spirit. Do not back down, and be the bringer of good that you were born to be. What? Activation. I am a light of hope in the world. So what do you think that, how are you connecting that? Sometimes I don't make an automatic connection. Most of the time I do, but sometimes I don't, to watch your money. Somehow I'm not making, I mean, you could use it a bunch of different ways, like amethyst, just the idea of amethyst. In fact, I've got amethyst in my bedroom. I've got a little collection of amethyst going in my bedroom. So what do you think? What do you think that means to you with Watch Your Money? Did it give you any guidance at all? I'm not picking anything up for me at the moment, but I'll have to sit on that. But I love the message. Right now, God and the angels are calling you to switch your light on full. Stand in the greatness of your spirit, do not back down, and be the bringer of good that you were born to be. That's awesome. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please join me as we look at this new way that we're going to be exploring different topics to stay somewhat aware, but the whole idea is we end feeling amazing about the topic. So if there's current events that you are concerned about, I mean, I could certainly bring them up. I'm obviously paying attention to things that I'm like, whoa, okay, that's a current event we should look at. Okay. And then I might be, I'm kind of calling them pop-up videos, but they're always, there's going to be one, every couple of days or whatever, but as stuff comes up, there might be more depending on what's going on. So, okay, have a good one and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.